Okay, so today we are going to talk about the new Invincible raid boss, Bloomreaper. First off, you need to pick up his mission, which is in the main little town where Rush lives. It's adjacent to the building that has all of your vending machines and whatnot across the street. Now, once you actually have the mission, you're going to pull up your map, and the location is up here. So the closest fast travel point is going to be this safe house right here, the low rise. So we're going to head over there. Now, I'm going to tell you right out of the gate, you're going to want to ignore the route that Echo 4 tells you to take and the route that's outlined on your map. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It's the long way. It's stupid. I've got better things to spend my time on, and so should you. So I'm going to show you a shortcut how to get there from this safe house. So we're going to start by gliding off this perch to the south, and then we're going to hop in our vehicle, and we're going to keep to the left into this canyon opening right here. Just veer to the left, blast through all these guys, head across this bridge, and when you come to the other side, you're going to turn to the right and there's going to be a little opening. You're going to leap from this opening across the gap down below. You don't really have to worry about dying. You've got more than enough margin for error to make this jump. See, look, I'm not even going to get a running start. I'm just going to hit my boost and we're good. Okay, from here, it's going to be slightly over to the right. If I hit Echo 4, finally he's actually showing me a direct route. We're going to head over here and over into the new boss arena. Now, I'm not going to show you the entire route in real time because this is a huge walking simulator. The only part where you might need some guidance is when you get to this canyon. I just hit these grapple points and I was across. And then it's just more trudging through stupid mob enemies until you get to here, the sorry we're closed sign. Okay, so a little animation's going to play. Even this is kind of drawn out, so I'm going to skip the whole section of it right here. And then finally we get to this big grandiose boss arena. It looks surprisingly similar to all of the other vault arenas, super original. And then we get this kind of subversion of expectations where it's just this tiny little weed sitting there. Okay, so when we head down in here, we do have two vending machines. We've got health and ammo. Obviously recommend topping up on ammo before you head in. Now, the trick with this boss, again, he is called an invincible boss, but he's not the same flavor that we're used to from previous games. This guy is not actually tanky when it comes to his health bar. He just has extended immune phases. So the trick when you first get into this area is there's going to be a bunch of crystals that spawn out of the ground around him. You need to blow up all of those before you'll actually get to his health bar. Now, the trick here is to just maintain your mobility. Now, this is my very first run. Spoiler alert, I do end up dying because of, I think it's kind of an annoying mechanic. Like, once I figured it out, it was pretty easy to counter it, but he will do a lot of damage to you, but where he really screws with you and how you can die quickly is he's got this purple beam attack that's like a reverse tractor beam. It just pushes you, and he will push you all the way to the edge of the map where you have no chance in hell of getting back onto a platform, so you'll fall to your death. So the key with this guy is to not get greedy when it comes to damage. Do what you can while you're up here, but as soon as you start taking damage, you notice your health getting low, you want to retreat to one of these lower platforms, top up with your rep kit if you need to, and then head back up here to continue blowing up those little crystalline dudes. Now, at a certain point here, you're going to get past his immune phase, and you're going to be denied this entire top area. It's going to sprout thorns. And once that happens, you know that you've gotten past his immune phase. From here, the name of the game is stay mobile. You want to stay in the air as long as possible, dealing damage when you can. Now, this is that purple beam attack that I was talking about. The way that you counter this is you need to break line of sight by using the center column. Obviously, I didn't figure it out on my first run, so I go back for round 2. Okay, and here I am on my second attempt, and unfortunately, because I like to learn things the hard way, I put myself back in the same position where I am unable to break line of sight. He pushes me over the edge. I do get a fight for your life recovery, but it's too late. I fall to my death. Now, this is where I readjust my approach. First and foremost, I changed my enhancement to have the Torg airburst, where the projectiles will explode in proximity to an enemy. And as much as I hate to admit it, the new Torg pistol from the Christmas DLC, yeah, the one that I posted several videos about how much I freaking hate it, it is unfortunately the best way that I have found to take down this boss. Yep, I will admit when I am wrong. It is actually really freaking good for this boss. I still freaking hate the gun. I hate its mechanics. I hate the way it works, but I will admit when something is effective, it's effective, even if I have to eat crow. So there it is. I said it. Feel free to roast me in the comments. Now, when dealing with the mob enemies and the various little doodads that spawn in around him, I find that sometimes they get in too close to use the hard point. So that's when I'll switch to something like TK's Wave. I was lucky enough to get one with explosives to take those guys out. But then as soon as I can create some distance, yeah, switching back to the stupid hardpoint pistol. And from there, there's really no secret to beating this guy. Again, like I said earlier, you just want to stay mobile, be aware of that purple beam attack. When he goes into that, don't get greedy with damage, get low, and use the main pillar to break line of sight. Aside from that, it really just comes down to a balancing act of maintaining your action skill so that you can utilize it when you're able to damage the boss. I'm playing as Rafa, so using the infinite ammo skills is something that really comes in handy, so I can stack a whole bunch of those stickies. But honestly, even without using that, you can stack some pretty decent damage with stickies against this guy. I did try using the Chaosin, and I found it was just nowhere near as effective, unfortunately, as this stupid pistol that I hate. Now, once I got him down to about a third health, I'm not sure if it's just the graphics of the game that bugged out or if it's supposed to go to this low visibility phase, but your visibility is limited to about 3 meters. However, you still have a wide margin for error with the grapple points. So just do what you can to fend off the mob guys and work your way back to the boss. The mini map is going to be a huge help here so you can maintain awareness of his location. And again, just stack stickies when you can, as often as you can, to do that damage. But again, just stay moving, use those grapple points, try not to get distracted by the mob guys, and he's actually not that terrible of a boss. Definitely the most challenging boss fight in the game, which was a breath of fresh air, but I don't really feel that he's worthy of the Invincible title, especially when we compare him to some of the greats from Borderlands 2. But with that, that is how you defeat Bloomreaper. And apparently he's got 9 new dedicated legendaries. Of course, this being Borderlands 4, I didn't get a single legendary from this run. Don't really feel super enthusiastic about running him a whole bunch of times, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you like this, if it helped you out, drop a like, subscribe, and as always, keep looting, keep shooting. I'll see you in the next one.